Hello fellow woodworkers, and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop and a very, very special video. It's the Garage Workshop's 200th video. Roll the intro. Whoop. So for this week's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to revisit some of my older videos as a catch up on where those projects ended up. Now, it will not surprise you to know if you are a regular subscriber. If you're not, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to like and comment. It may surprise you to know some of the projects that I made certainly back in the day, in the beginning of the Garage Workshop, now do not exist. Some of them do, and I want to look at a few of those in particular. But let's start this week's video where the channel started, and the lumberjack thicknesser planer. So here is the lumberjack thicknesser planer, and this was the first video that I did on the Garage Workshop. It was the review video. It was in 2 parts, and it's still one of the most popular videos that I've had on my channel. It's had thousands and thousands of reviews, and again, every video that I talk about in this video, I'm going to put a playlist in the comments for you, or in the description of the video. So the lumberjack is there. You can see from the amount of dust that is on it, it does not get a lot of use. Now, in the future, I'm going to do a video on tools that if I had my time again, I would have bought, tools I wouldn't have bought. The lumberjack is a good tool, don't get me wrong, but in the entire time that I've had it, I've used it 3 times. It was quite a lot of money when I bought it back in the day. Actually, I think it was about the end of COVID I bought that. So it was a lot of money, and it has only been used 3 times, so not entirely sure it's great value for money. But this was the first video that set the channel alight, and as you can see, it's on top of the storage unit, and it's been there for quite a long time. So if you haven't seen it, check out the video on the playlist. So when I was thinking of the concept for this video, I wanted to talk through some of the products which I've made on the Garage Workshop, which I'm either A, incredibly proud of, or B, have been used an absolutely huge amount. And the first one is a project which didn't get too many views on the channel, but has actually turned out to be one of the best videos that I've made in terms of a product that's lasted. And it's this really basic, simple phone stand. 2 tiny pieces of plywood knocked together and varnished, and yet this phone stand gets used every single time I'm in the Garage Workshop. It's a brilliant little stand, great little idea. 2 minutes. It's the sort of project you could do in 2 minutes at home. You don't need any sophisticated tools. You could do it with children if you've got them, if they're starting woodworking. A really great project, and one that I'm so pleased I did, because as I said, I've used that stand all the time. So one of my first videos that I'm really proud of and has been used a huge amount is my mobile phone stand. The second video that I want to talk to you about this week is again one I did very early on in the channel, and like the mobile phone stand, is one that has really stood the test of time. And the reason why I'm particularly pleased with this is because I'd had no prior experience of doing anything like this, and it's actually my workshop partition. This garage is a double garage. One of the garage doors never worked properly. The runners weren't properly seated. The door kept catching. The metal was slightly kinked. So I decided to increase the space in the Garage Workshop and partition up that door, which I did. Again, I'll put a link to these videos. It was more than one video, but I basically covered it in MDF, and I'm really pleased with how it worked. And I'm very pleased with the wall I've got, and obviously all my storage units are attached to it. It's as sturdy as anything. And if you are in a limited space workshop, sometimes boarding up a window if it's not necessarily needed, or boarding up a door, can give you a lot of extra space. So my next video that I'm particularly proud of is the partitioning of my garage door. The next video that I want to go over is what was a very simple 10-minute tool review of Parkside garage floor paint. The garage floor, and I'll give you a little close-up of it, the garage floor had, I think it was 2 complete coats of Parkside garage floor paint, and I have to say, even though it's looking a little bit ragged now and it could probably do with another coat, This paint that I protected the floor with has been absolutely fantastic. This floor is just a basic concrete floor. It's not sealed in any way, and the paint has given it a really good, really strong seal, and also given me the ability, if I get there quick enough, to wipe up spills and things like this. I've had paint, all sorts of stuff on here, and if I get to it quickly enough, it just wipes straight off. It went down really, really well. I did the entire garage floor with all of those coats in a tin and a half, I think it was, and I've still got another tin. I brought another tin just to do touch-ups, but this paint quite often comes up in Parkside. I can't recommend it highly enough. So one of my best videos on the channel was the garage floor paint review. So, as it is October and we are approaching Christmas, one of the next videos I wanted to talk to you about was this, my Christmas tree tea light holder. I cannot explain to you why this video is as popular as it is. It still gets quite a lot of views each month today. It's a really basic project. Again, I'll put a link in the description of this video to all the videos. It's a really basic one. Again, another one that you can make with children. All you really need is a handsaw and a protractor or some way of measuring angles, and you are away. A really great project, super simple, but yet looks really effective for Christmas. Now, no serious review of the Garage Workshop could fail to include this. This Mitre saw station is by far my favourite project that I've ever done. The thing with the highest amount of quality, the best product that I've ever made. And along with the laminated top, this is the project which finished up looking exactly how I imagined it looking in my head when I was designing it. I'm really happy with the way it's constructed. The measurements are exactly as I wanted them to be. They're bang on. I'm really proud of this this Mitre saw station. I've just realised I do still need to put that full spacer on, but I would really recommend you go and have a look at the videos. There were two of them, there were three I think if you include the laminate, but this was a really straightforward project, the sort of project you could do at home. Although I used a table saw, most of this could, well, all of it could have been done with any type of saw, electronic saw, circular saw. It was a really easy, straightforward project. There's no complicated draw slides or anything. It's literally just candle wax and strips of wood. A really easy to make project, but it also looks absolutely fantastic. So of all the videos that I've made on the channel, this is the thing I made that I'm proudest of. So this is another project which I've never managed to do effectively on the Garage Workshop. I think I've had at least two videos, again, links in the description of this video. I think I've had two videos on making a really nice looking battery charging station, and I've epically failed. So as you can see, all my batteries are just put in a drawer in here. I'm hopeful that I'm going to be able to do yet another video with a better battery storage. The problem I've got is a lot of the chargers don't have holes for you to hang them. Some of them do, some of them don't. So I was then looking at a sort of more complicated design where I sort of cut shapes out to hold them in place, which just looked ugly and didn't really work. So they've ended up back in a drawer. They all fit in the drawer, which is fine, but not really an ideal or a practical solution. So definitely a couple of the videos on the channel which have gone on to not survive the test of time. Now, you can't make an omelette without breaking some eggs, and on this channel I have had some epic failures. Probably the most well-known or most common of them is the Parkside lathe fail. I got a ton of comments about that video, and I quite openly admit I'm an amateur. I made loads and loads of health and safety mistakes, which everybody pointed out. Thank you very much for doing that. I do think I've improved. My recent lathe video showed that, but not everybody agrees. The other one was the tambour cupboard fail. That is a project I'm going to go back to. I am determined to have a tambour door on one of the things in the Garage Workshop. But again, that was a really epic fail. My medal holder, again, the first medal holder was a fail. The second medal holder that I made, I actually didn't end up using. It was too heavy. too chunky, and to be honest, it was completely impractical. So there have been a number of videos on the channel that have been fails, but this is the Garage Workshop, and you get everything on this channel, whether it's a success, a failure, or somewhere in the middle. So the next video that I wanted to talk about is this, my clamp storage video. Now, like many of you, I've got the mindset that you can never have too many clamps. I've got quite a lot of clamps now, and I made this unit because they were literally everywhere. They were hard to get to. They were hanging off bits and bobs. So I made this opening unit, and I'm so pleased I did. I also added some additional storage on the front, which has been really super handy. I keep all my glues on here, my hammers and things like that. But the unit is very basic. I do have to lift the drawer runner of the garage up to open it. But it is a really simple design, very, very effective. And as you can see, all my clamps are stored in there in all of the different sizes. There's still quite a bit of space for clamps. I've got some space here, space there, space there. So next time there is a clamp sale, or one comes up in Aldi or Lidl, I can add to them, because I do like their clamps. I think they're good. But just a really easy unit to make, really straightforward, but really, really good. And the other thing about this unit is, if I want to change at any point, everything that's in here is interchangeable. I didn't glue anything in, so all of these internal shelves that you can see are just drilled in from the side. So if I wanted to make a change, I could. A really good project. One of the most famous or infamous things about the channel are my notorious 10-minute tool reviews, which, if you have seen any of them, they're not 10 minutes, which is obviously the biggest thing. And quite often people say, well done on producing an 18 or a 25-minute 10-minute tool review. But I have had some really, really great videos. And of all the 10-minute tool reviews I've done, the one that I think is probably my favourite is the series that I did when I was in America a couple of years ago. Again, I'll put them on the playlist in the description of this video. But I did a video in Home Depot. I did one in Lowe's, but the Home Depot video to this day goes down as my favourite video. My wife actually filmed it. She did a brilliant job. But just working our way around the store and trying to film it without people walking past, because they're quite funny in Home Depot. They don't like you recording inside their shop, and we had to sort of film bits, and we had the camera stuck in our jumpers and put on one point we had it attached to the trolley. It was a really, really difficult video to film, and it was a great video. I had really good feedback on that, and I'm really, really proud of it. But because of the nature of how difficult it was, really, really pleased with that one. And of course, I can't talk about 10-minute tool reviews without the Temu tool haul, or Temu, however you pronounce it. Tool haul. I had a sponsored video with Temu earlier in the year, and that's in my catalogue. But the first video I did was a really good video. It's had a huge amount of views. I think I'll try and put it on the screen, but I think it's had over 11,000 views, that tool haul. And some of the tools I still use today. I think they're really good quality. Some of them not so, and as I told you in the video, very hit and miss. But that Temu tool haul, the very, very first one I did, really popular video and a really good 10-minute tool review. So, fellow woodworkers, that is the end of this very special video to celebrate the 200th garage workshop project that's made it onto my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please can I ask you to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell. It means a lot to the channel. The channel is continuing to grow thanks to your fantastic support. And if you are a regular viewer, thank you very much. Please drop in the comments some of your favourite videos of the 200 that I've made. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.